Hey guys, have you ever wondered what it's like to be an actor on set? The glitz and glamour, the fame and fortune. But have you ever thought about the dangers that come with the job? Yeah, you heard that right. Being an actor is not always as easy as it seems. Maintaining safety on set is of the utmost importance. But sometimes things can go wrong and lead to close calls or even life-threatening situations. And let's not forget the sad history of people losing their lives on film sets, like Brandon Lee, John Berniker, or Lieutenant Michael Davidson. But did you know that there have been many instances where famous actors have either been victims of stunts gone wrong or luckily escaped death? In this video, we're taking a look at some of the actors who had close calls on set. Are you ready to learn about the first hair-raising moment on our list? Well, you know Elizabeth Shue from Cocktail. Have you ever wondered what it's like to film an aerial shot? Well, the crew had to go up on a helicopter to capture the perfect shot. And, as camera operator Bill Bennett shared, the helicopter would land after every take so that the actors could see the shot and get notes. But here's the thing, the rotor is invisible when it's spinning, and if you walk into it, it'll kill you instantly. Talk about danger. But thank goodness for the quick thinking of Tom Cruise. As the actress, after watching the shot, ran towards the helicopter, Tom was quick to react and grab her, saving her from certain danger. Can you imagine being on a set like that? How would you react in a situation like this? And our next one will shock you. Pause first and take a sip of that coffee. Then, think about Tom Cruise in Edge of Tomorrow. That was the craziest thing you can ever imagine. I mean, we're talking about a hilarious and thrilling scene from the set of a movie with none other than Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise. Emily Blunt recently appeared on a promotional show and talked about a scene where she was driving an old car too fast with Tom Cruise in the passenger seat. And oh, did it get wild.
Stay inside. Are now hearing accounts of mimics. London is under attack.
The stunt guy told Emily to drive even faster and she thought, no problem. But then as she approached a right-hand turn, she heard Tom Cruise under his breath saying, brake, 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 brake. And what happened next? She drove them into a tree. Can you imagine Tom Cruise's reaction? I mean, he's known for his stunts, but this one had to be a close call. But as we all know, Tom Cruise is a true professional. He laughed it off later, but I bet that was one scene he won't forget. And if you think that wasn't dangerous enough,
shit. Let's go. Hey, Berg.
then think of Dylan O'Brien in Maze Runner: The Death Cure. Listen, this was one of the most intense moments in Hollywood history. The on-set accident of Dylan O'Brien while shooting The Maze Runner: The Death Cure.
I don't want to come across as too negative, but I mean, if I was a crank, that's exactly where I would be.
This accident was a near-death experience for Dylan as he was hit by a car and suffered multiple serious injuries. And as a result, the filming of the movie had to be put on hold for almost a year. I know, right? It's crazy to think that such things can happen on the set of a movie. But despite all this, Dylan talked about the incident and how it changed him. He became more cautious while performing stunts and was just really dialed in and close with the stunt team that he's working with, rather than just sort of blindly putting his trust in other people's hands.
You okay?
Yeah.
Have you watched The Maze Runner: The Death Cure? What do you think about Dylan's accident and how it changed him? Then, we have one that'll scare the hell out of you.
Any last requests, pig?
Yeah, loosen the knot and let me go.
Yeah, man! Of course we don't let him go! Yalla, bada!
£500.
Walk off, Andak. And what else?
This occurred to Brendan Fraser while shooting The Mummy. Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking about a close call on set with the one and only Brendan Fraser. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Brendan shared a terrifying moment he had while filming a scene where his character is being hanged. Hang on, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that they hang actors for movie scenes?
Are you telling me this filthy, godless son of a pig knows where to find the city of the dead?
Yes.
Brendan shared, "So the stuntman took up the tension on the rope, and I went up on the balls of my feet, and I guess he took the tension up again, and I'm not a ballerina. I can't stand on my tiptoes. I remember seeing the camera start to pan around, and then it was like a black iris at the end of a silent film. It was like turning down the volume switch on your home stereo, like the Death Star powering down. I regained consciousness, and one of the EMTs was saying my name. Wow, talk about a close call. Brendan's truly a dedicated actor to put himself in such a dangerous situation just for the sake of his craft. Have you ever seen a movie that made you question the safety of the actors involved? Next is Bob Denver on the set of Gilligan's Island. Yes, we're talking about a close call on the set of one of our favorite classic TV shows, Gilligan's Island. Despite the show being lighthearted, Bob Denver almost had a near-death experience on the set while performing a comedic scene. Can you believe it? There's a scene in the show where Gilligan's trapped in Howl's hut, trying to save himself from a lion, and piles furniture at the door, only to discover that the lion is already inside. While he was trying to run out, the lion who was standing on the twin bed lunged at him. The trainer immediately tackled the lion. Although the actor was safe, it must have been a scary experience. We're talking about one of the most iconic films of all time, Apocalypse Now, and one of its leading actors, Martin Sheen. At the time of filming Apocalypse Now in 1979, Martin Sheen was struggling with some personal demons. He was drinking and using drugs. Can you imagine trying to film a movie while dealing with those kind of issues? Martin was in such bad shape that he had a heart attack in the middle of the jungle, unbeknownst to the crew or his director, Francis Ford Coppola. Sheen was forced to crawl for approximately half a mile before finding someone who could treat him. What a crazy, intense situation. Can you imagine having a heart attack and crawling for half a mile just to get help? And this last one will be your damn shocker. We're talking about Jackie Chan. Pause when you hear that name. You should bow, just because we're talking about one of the biggest action stars in the world. Jackie Chan is known for performing his stunts and bringing thrills to the screen. But with stunts come injuries. In 1986, while filming the action comedy Armor of God, Jackie Chan suffered an injury while attempting to slide down a tree. He fell 25 feet and hit his head on a rock, fracturing his skull. Can you imagine hitting your head on a rock from 25 feet away? That sounds like a painful fall. But Jackie Chan is a true professional, and he was immediately rushed into surgery. To this day, he has a hole in his skull that he covers with a plastic plug. Have you ever had a stunt-related injury or know someone who has? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to check out more of these actors' amazing work. Until next time,